everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca if you have never seen me before, and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about all the houseplant things. So today I have a lot of plant chores to do, and I'm realizing that I need to get to it. So I have a little list here. I have 4 things that I need to do. During this video, I am doing a YouTube Planty tag that my friend Nicole, My Clean Leaves, came up with. So I'm really excited to look at those questions and answer them. If I can find my phone, here she is. All right, so this is the Truthful Plant Tuber Tag 2020. Okay, so let's get started with the first question. Number 1, have you ever received a plant-related product, tried it, and decided not to review it? I don't think that I've ever received a product from a company and didn't review it. There was a time, actually, when I was asked to do a review for a company and I didn't like the product, and I tried to send it back to them, and they asked me to do a review anyway. And that was, I think that they changed their company now, but it was my first grow light video, and I just didn't like the grow light. I mean, it worked, it was fine, it's just that I would not be using it going forward. I actually gave it to somebody else just because it was a purple light, and the purple light just kind of messed with my eyes, and it was pretty uncomfortable to have turned on during the day, and they asked me to do a review anyway, so I did, and I was honest about my experience, and it wasn't necessarily a bad review. Like, the light worked, it's just I didn't like it. So anyway, as I'm potting this up, I am actually putting it closer to the front of the plant, and while I'm here, front of the pot. And while I'm here, I'm going to just pinch off this yellow leaf. I'm not concerned about this yellow leaf because it has produced all of this growth. She's been working hard, she's tired, and she's ready to, go to plant heaven. I'm potting this plant closer to the front of the pot because I do have plans to add a moss pole in it. Plant accessories you use but never show on camera. This is a hard question because honestly, well, number 1, I did a video about all of my plant accessories. I think that it's not plant accessories like earrings and stuff. It's more like accessories, things that you use for your plants. I basically named off everything that I use in my What's in My Plant Box video. I think that I've basically shared everything that I've been using. Here's this lady. I'll pot it up. I'm going to put this one in here just because of the root system is just a little bit too big for the 4-inch pot. The next question is there any products out there that I like but I don't want to buy because they're from a shady seller? And I would say absolutely. This happens a lot with plants. Like, I see beautiful plants and I kind of just am like, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if I totally believe that this is possible. Also, when I can tell that a company is just selling a bunch of products that are coming directly from China, I try to avoid that as well. I really try to buy things that are made in the US just because I think that's a little bit better for me personally, shipping and all of those things. So I actually did work with a company early on in my plant journey on Instagram. It was called Growy Eye, and I was so excited to work with them because they had literally the cutest products, and then I ordered from them and it was coming from China, but they made it look like it was a Nordic company, and it was just really misleading, and I was honestly hurt. So I'm glad that I don't work with them anymore. That started and ended really fast. Next question, do you have any blocked words on your channel? No, I don't. I didn't even really know that was a thing, but it sounds like it would be really smart, especially if people say very specific derogative words all the time. But people are most generally kind, and I don't get any derogative things said to me. People will talk about whether or not you should delete rude comments. And for the most part, I leave rude comments. Unless it's super, super rude, then I would delete it. I used to get really, really hurt by mean comments, but more recently I'm just kind of all right, well, that's the thing. There's a lot of people who follow me who will kind of go to bat for me. So that's really nice because I don't have to look like a jerk being get out of here. That's really nice to know that I have friends on here that will see that kind of stuff and say something. So, got my list here. Pot up Standeliana, pot up Adansonii. So now I need to cut away dead leaves. So I'm going to put these to the side, and then I'm going to just put a bunch of plants on here that need to be trimmed. All right, before I go and do that, the next question on the tag is one plant that I'm super fed up with. I'm kind of sick of my pink syngonium because it was doing so well for so long and then suddenly has just taken a dive and I have no idea why. I've considered giving it away and I've also considered trying to bring it back to health, but you'll see it in a second. It's one of the plants that I need to trim. And I don't know if I'm just not keeping up with watering enough because now that it's the winter, I have slowed down on watering, especially because my plants aren't putting out new growth, so I know that they are tired and in dormancy probably. I'm looking at it right now, there are new leaves coming out, so perhaps I should be keeping up with watering more. But that plant honestly is just kind of making me mad, and I'm doing my best to not go into like what I normally do and just kind of put it on the patio and let it die. I would really like to give it to a friend before that happens or try to nurse it back to health myself. So we will see what happens with that plant. I'm getting a call. Hello? Phone call over. So while I was talking on the phone, I went and grabbed some rubbing alcohol from the bathroom and my trusty scissors and some cloth. And I'm just going to wipe off my scissors and sanitize them. It's just a nice practice to have with your plant scissors. These are not like plant scissors, they're just regular old house scissors. But I do this so that I'm not spreading illness or whatever from plant to plant. I don't think that any of my plants have any sort of like disease or anything. It's just a precaution that I take from time to time, especially when I'm doing like a lot of cutting on plants that aren't like super happy. I think that my microphone shut off when I got that call, so sorry that the audio went weird for a second there. But I have lit my candle and I'm ready to do some trimming and answer the next question. First person to come to mind that you trust the most in the plant community. Okay, there are two people actually, because in this whole planty journey, I have made a lot of really good friends. In all of that, I have made a few friends that are like friends IRL, and I can't narrow it down to one person, but I can narrow it down to Adam from Not Dude and Nicole from My Clean Leaves. We have a group chat and we are talking in it almost all day, every day. And we're talking about like YouTube life, we're talking about our plans, we're talking about just our lives in general because we are such good friends that we know about things happening in each other's lives. And so it's just been really ever since we did our collaboration and a little bit before that too. And not to say that other people are not real friends, it's just that those people come to mind first because we literally talk all the time. It's been so much fun being their friends, and I can tell you that they are both incredible people and so thoughtful, so kind, so lovely, and we're like planning new hangouts where we're gonna just not even film, just hang out, just us, because it just feels so natural. So whose channel do you gravitate to for the most information? Probably to Summer Rain Oaks Plant One On Me or Plantarina. Also, the Plants Meow. She is so smart with aeroids and everything like that. Like, I love her channel so much. She deserves so many more subscribers. So if you like aeroids if you like anthuriums and anything like that, you should 100% check out her channel because I am so new to anthuriums and they scare the crap out of me, and her channel has kind of just helped me to feel a lot better about it. And I actually found her because I was looking around at people who went to the International Aeroid Society meeting last year. I saw that she posted I think it was like a vlog or a video of it, and that's how I found her channel. And I've just been loving it. She's so sweet and knowledgeable, and I don't think that I've ever messaged her because, you guys, whenever I find a YouTuber that I like, for some reason it is not my first inclination to like message them or talk to them because I'm like, oh, they're busy, like I don't want to bother them. That's how I am with a lot of things in my life. Like I just don't want to bother people. I haven't messaged her, but I probably should do that. Hopefully by the time I post this video, I will have messaged her and said hi and thank you for everything that she's taught me. Whose channel do you gravitate to for a good laugh? All right. We love a dry humor queen, and so that is the reason why I have to say Pam's Pretty Plants. She is so funny. Oh my gosh. When I have talked to her outside of YouTube, and I'm just always laughing when we talk. She's so funny, and like she has the best stories. Comment down below if you know any of her stories and you can attest to the fact that she's freaking hilarious. Honestly, like I told her, I would pay on Patreon to just get story times from her. So just putting that out there, Pam, if you want to do that, I fully support it. And I will get all of my supporters to support you because it's incredible. I love her channel. Okay, I just looked up and saw that my camera screen was black and I have no idea where it left off. Someone you'd like to meet IRL that is a plant tuber. That is such a hard question to answer because I want to meet everyone. I would really, really like to meet Julie Nicole. I love her channel. She was actually one of the first YouTubers, plant YouTubers that I ever followed. So for that reason, I would love to meet her. And also, like, I just would love to sit down and have coffee because she and I have had some conversations here and there and it was so fun. And I love her channel again. So if you're not subscribed to Julie, you should be. She's so fun. So that would be my answer for that question. All right, the number one plant on your wish list right now. Okay, so in my 2020 review video, I talked about how I'm not going to be doing really that many unboxing and haul videos. They will still exist on my channel. It's just that they're not going to be, as often as they were last year. I don't feel like I had them super often last year, but I also just want to be mindful of the fact that I do have a lot of plants already and I want to love on the plants that I have and not really be in the mindset of constantly searching for plants. So I do have a list on Instagram on my highlight bubbles of plants that I would love to have. They all feel like kind of a reach, and also I don't feel like I need to have them right now by any means. So with all of that being said, I would really, really love to have Philodendron verrucosum. I am obsessed with that plant and I've never even seen one in person, but I'm sure that I would love it. I think a lot of the time those plants are so hard to find even online that finding them in person would be next to impossible. But anyway, I'm not in any rush to find it. I know that verrucosum is not going to go away, so at whatever point I find that plant, I will be very happy. If you could collab with one plant tuber, who would it be? I would love to collab with Sharina. If you don't follow Sharina, she is a ray of light. She is so beautiful and fun, and I love her personality. I actually met her in LA when I was there for plant trip. I was just hanging out in California and I met her and she is so sweet. Like she came up to me and gave me a big hug and that is who she is. Like she is so friendly and just like so approachable and so kind and very like business minded and savvy. Like she's so smart. Just like seeing the books that she recommends and the things that she talks about, I'm like, she's a girl after my own heart. And so definitely would love to collab with Sharina. So I've trimmed this plant. Take a good look at it. Maybe you guys can tell me what you think is going on because I watered it yesterday and it still looks like this. And this is usually how syngoniums look when they need water. And it cannot be root rot. Like there's no way it's root rot. But if it stays like this for another couple of days, I'm going to check the roots because I have heard that syngonium are kind of susceptible to root rot. But at the same time, I just don't believe that because I let this dry out so much between waterings, but it definitely could be root rot. I don't want to be naive and rule it out just because of my own pride issues. Let me know what you think. It definitely could be underwatering. That's a very big possibility. And this one should be quick. This is probably the third leaf that this plant put out in my care. The other two leaves have now died and they looked about like this when I cut them off. And then I have this one who is showing signs of leaving us as well, which I'm not super concerned about it. If there was any other ones past this, well, how's this one doing? That one still looks fine right there. But this one, for some reason, is dying out. This was the first leaf that ever had a fenestration on it on this plant, and I just about died when I saw it. So I am a little bit sad to see this leaf go, but this plant is doing so much work. It is seriously putting in the man hours to produce all of these leaves. I am not sad to cut this one off because it just means that more is to come. All right, who else needs a trim? You, yeah. Okay, you can barely see me through this little jungle, but I'm going to re-sanitize here. Okay, the next question is, Who from another country would I want to collab with? I have a few ideas. Okay, number one, I think it'd be so fun to collaborate with Firefly in the Room's Svetlana. I love her. She's so sweet, so pure. I love her so much. It would also be really fun to collaborate with someone from Australia. I think that would be fun. I don't know what we would possibly do, but it would be fun nonetheless. So off of this huge monstera here, this is like my big monstera. I think I've had maybe 2 leaves come off of it in the time that I've had it. And while I was on my trip, it was shedding a lot of leaves. Like there's at least 2 on here. Possibly, yeah, just 2 that I could take off. And I'm not concerned about it because it's put out so much new growth and it hasn't really dropped anything. I was kind of wondering when that would happen. And I need to figure out where this leaf attaches. I don't want to cut off the wrong one, you know? Oh, somebody asked me, I don't know where, but I just was reminded of it. Somebody asked me how on earth this plant stays upright without a moss pole or anything. And the way that I have done it is plant ties, and I really need to find something else that isn't so constricting, because right now I'm using like the twist tie plant ties, and the previous owner of this plant had wire with rubber around it, which is a lot better for the plant. But I know that my friend Adam uses like plant Velcro, and I think that that would be a little bit less cutting into the plant because these leaves are actually very heavy. And so that is how I have kept it all upright. Like whenever there is new growth, I just train it to stand up with these ties. If I was to undo these ties, I don't know how well it would work out. It is one of my biggest pet peeves when monsteras kind of grow outward. And look at all of these tiny baby monstera pieces. Like these are just growing off of the like stem of like previously cut pieces. And I'm just living for it. I think they're so cute. I don't know how long it's going to take for these to become big plants like these, but I'm here for it. It is keeping its fullness down here as it's getting taller, and I think that's great. This is thick. Oh my gosh. This is a situation where I might use shears instead. Oh, that was fine. I kind of want to cut that leaf off just because it's ugly. I think I'm going to do it. I'm feeling edgy. Okay. I got sidetracked and forgot about this one, so let's cut this off. I completely forgot to answer one of the questions, and that is soil or leca. For now, I'm going to say soil because I don't have any plants in leca, but I would like to convert some plants to leca. I don't know when. For many reasons, I'm not ready to do it right now, but next question is in-store plant shopping or online plant shopping? I'm definitely a fan of in-store plant shopping so much more because it kind of gives you a chance to see, look at, and feel the plant that you're buying. I think a lot of the time when I've ordered a plant online, I've been kind of disappointed by it, and so because of that, I have kind of brought myself into a mentality where I'm like, well, it's probably not going to be what I expected anyway. My expectations are very low for ordering plants online, so whenever I do get a plant and it's like amazing, I get really excited, as you have noticed, I'm sure. But I do prefer shopping in-store. Next question, what videos do you like more, houseplant tours or repotting? That's really hard, but I think I'm gonna go with repotting just because it's a little bit, I think oftentimes it can be more of a conversation rather than just showing every single plant you own. I definitely prefer to film repotting videos because it feels more casual. Anytime that I have done a houseplant tour, I know that I'm going to spend freaking hours editing it just because I have to put all of the names of the plants in there too. And I don't have to do that, but it's helpful. Like I've watched houseplant tours where the person doesn't put the name of the plant on the screen, and it's just really disappointing because I have to like hope that I can understand them well enough to write down the name and hope that I spelled it right. And if they don't even say the name of the plant, good luck. I definitely would prefer repotting just because it's a little bit more casual. They're often shorter too. My houseplant tour was like 45 minutes long because I have a lot of plants and maybe I talked about them too much, but I like to share. Next question. There is a zombie apocalypse. First plant you'd grab. Honestly, I would say my monstera that I grew from a little leaf. The little leaf was this big. This is just to put a visual because I talk about it all the time. It was this big when I got that plant. And now it is, where is it? Now it is this big. Like, if you can differentiate this plant from this plant. I'm sorry, because there's a big one right here and there's this one. But yeah, it is now this gigantic plant. And so I would definitely save this one in a fire, and, or not in a fire, but in an apocalypse. Would plants even survive an apocalypse? Probably not. Whew, that's heavy. And the next question, how many plants do you own right now? I would have to go around and count, and my outdoor collection would just rank up that number a lot. Just indoor plants, probably 90. I don't know. I'm going to count and I'll put the number on the screen because I try not to count because I don't want to feel overwhelmed. And the last question in the tag, can I just remove this ugly yellowing leaf? The last question in the tag is any big plans for my channel in 2020? I definitely have big plans, and I don't want to be cryptic in telling you, but I also don't want to like fully delve all of the details. But I will say that I am coming out with a website, and I am putting out some products, some De La merch, and maybe a few other things that will be really fun. And that should happen over the course of the next couple of months. Hopefully my website will be done in a few weeks, and then along with that I will be selling some stickers and stuff like that. So nothing like plants. A lot of people have asked me if I'm going to start selling plants, and no. There is just too much customer service involved, to be completely honest with you. I do not have the capacity for customer service. I will not be selling plants to the masses. If I ever did sell plants, it would probably be wholesale or local sales only. I just wouldn't want to ship plants. I think that's too much room for error, and I just don't want to deal with the customer service, because as nice as I probably seem, I'm not nice enough to work in customer service anymore. I was a server at a fine dining restaurant for a couple of years, and that took it all out of me. Like, when people complain about stupid stuff, I just cannot handle it anymore, because I sat through years of just smiling while people complained to me about their bread not being cut the right way or not having enough ice cubes in their water cup. Other than that, I don't really have any huge plans. I have some things like internally I want to work on, like video quality, sound quality, and I'm hanging out with some friends and they're going to help me out with that kind of stuff. But other than that, I am just kind of seeing what happens here, and making sure that I have a website and a few products is the biggest priority. If you like me and you want to support me and De La Plants, definitely stay tuned for some De La merch and whatever comes after that. So thank you guys for watching this video. I definitely got a lot done today. I have been putting off these things for so long, so I hope that you enjoyed seeing some productivity, and maybe if you were joining me and doing some plant chores too, that you had some good times. I love seeing people post on Instagram that they are watching my videos while doing things like watering their plants, or even just listening in the background. That's fun too. It kind of like brings off the pressure of me to try to like look good on camera if I know that most people are not really watching, they're listening. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Definitely leave a comment down below of what you want to see from me in 2020. Any merch ideas, any video ideas, I would love your input. If you're not already, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss future uploads, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Mercy.